We are live. This is the first installment of Well Kept Wednesday. If you enjoy me on Girl Stop Playing podcast, where as your favorite homegirl, I am all about encouraging you to stop playing with your potential and start working for what you want, then you are absolutely going to want to tap in and stay connected for Well Kept Wednesday. Now, on Instagram, I have been known to be a little controversial. Sometimes they call me Conspiracy Co because I am one to go down the rabbit holes and to share these resources, to share these secrets, to share these little known facts, especially when it comes to our health and our wellness, which could literally be life or death. So, for the last decade as an entrepreneur, I have spent my time encouraging people and Black women specifically to start businesses, have multiple streams of income, build wealth. But as I became a mother and as I started navigating managing my marriage, I realized that at the root of it all, if we are not well, then we are wasting our time. The fact is, wellness is a necessity and not a luxury. Okay, now when I say wellness, I'm not talking about that trip to the spa, which we all love a good massage, a good facial, a good wrap. That's cool. That can be a part of self care, but I'm talking about taking it beyond that. Western medicine teaches us to separate everything. It teaches us that the diseases that you develop in your body have nothing to do with your mental health, nothing to do with your emotions, nothing to do with your spiritual health. And that is not the case. The truth is, it's all connected. Our mental, spiritual, physical, emotional health, all of that is happening within our being, right? Within one being. And so they can all affect and impact one another. And as I started down one of my rabbit holes and just started digging into why Black women are facing so many health disparities, why Black women are dying during birth at an alarming rate in this developed country, the best country in the world, as I looked into why Black women have to advocate for themselves so much, a big part of it is because we have not been taught the truth about how we can take control of our health. We have been taught to depend on a prescription, a pill, or a procedure to live well, and that is not the case. And so, one of the things that God has been all up in my face about is really focusing on my wellness, my complete well being, and understanding that true wealth is good health. Because what's the point of working so hard, having all these streams of income, having all of this money in the bank, having all these degrees on the wall if you are not living well, if you are not even at the level in terms of health to enjoy the fruits of your labor? That's hustling backwards. And so as I started to focus on my own wellness, which included incorporating going to the sauna, working out, an oral health routine, so like oil pulling, swapping out a lot of the products that I was using, as I started to go on this wellness journey myself and started to share a lot of the things that I was learning on social media, God was like, okay, girl, this is cool, but you got to bring some other people with you. You have to help other women focus on and be intentional about wellness. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, which I hope you do, that's one of my favorite places to hang out. But if you follow me on Instagram, then I'm always posting these products that are full of toxic chemicals, these household everyday items that we're using that are harming us and our families. And I don't want to scare anybody away with this conversation. I don't want to focus on illness. The whole point of Well Kept Wednesday and this whole Well Kept Women movement is to focus on wellness. It's to be proactive, it's to be preventative. But in order to be proactive, you have to have access to information. Now, I don't believe everybody has to subscribe to any one cookie cutter way of life. I don't believe everybody has to subscribe to one cookie cutter religion. I believe in free will. I believe in free choice. But I'm big on informed choice. And a lot of people are making ignorant choices because they lack information, because what we were taught is simply not true. Okay, what we were taught is simply not true. And if we are out here trying to live well, but we are basing our wellness on some lies, then that wellness quickly becomes illness. And a lot of the things that we've been taught, a lot of the things that we are doing on a daily basis, a lot of things that we are putting on and in our bodies are literally harming us. And so the well kept conversation is all about healing. But you can go crazy out here just trying to do your best because the water is toxic, especially bottled water that is full of microplastics. The air that we breathe, okay, y'all, they are spraying chemtrails in the air that we breathe. The air is not even safe. The products that we're using to clean our homes, the paper towels, the napkins, the toilet tissue, like laundry list of things that we need to stay away from or lifestyle changes that we need to start making. And it's easy to get overwhelmed. It's easy to start living in fear because you think everything is going to kill you. I believe in the 80-20 rule. Okay, this is what I live by. Now, I'm not saying that this is the right way to live. I'm not saying you should do this. I'm just telling you what I do, me and my family. 80-20 is what I believe will sustain the best possible life. Okay, this is my well kept secret. 80% of the choices that I make, 80% of the food that I'm eating, the products that I'm using on my body, in my home, um, literally the clothes that I'm wearing, 80%, I'm going to do the best that I possibly can. I'm going to avoid all of these toxic chemicals 80% of the time. That's my goal. The other 20% prayerfully will not kill me. That is now, this is my theory. This is what I have subscribed to. I'm not saying you got to do this, you got to subscribe to this, but this is just what I'm saying is what I'm living by at this point because we can go crazy going down the rabbit hole. Okay. But if the juice that you are feeding your child is just as dangerous as the margarita that you're having for yourself, you should at least know that. And then you can make an informed decision on what needs to be adjusted. Okay, what needs to be adjusted. Okay, you got to pick your poison out here. So that's the preface for today's conversation. What we are about to get into for Well Kept Wednesday. Somebody said yes, Black women are saving the day per usual. So let's just go ahead and talk about it, okay? Because I'm excited about it, and I'm glad you mentioned it because I started running my mouth and forgot to tell y'all that the Culture Shop is officially relaunched. That is where you can get your tea, just like this, Black women saving the day per usual. As you know, when ish hits the fan, when the math ain't mathing, when life starts lifing, they call in the Black woman. They call in the Black woman to save the day, to provide the solution. Okay, so if you already know that is what it is, you can log on to thecurefortheculture.com. Now, let me tell you something so bomb about the Culture Shop. The Culture Shop is the fundraiser for my nonprofit, For the Culture Foundation, which is all about promoting Black excellence and supporting the Black community through advocacy for the Black family, education, financial literacy, and entrepreneurship. And the proceeds from your purchase at thecurefortheculture.com go back to our programs for the nonprofit. So you can shop and support the movement at the same damn time. So grab a shirt or two or 10, thecurefortheculture.com. I will link that below. But every single purchase from the Culture Shop goes directly into the fundraiser or directly into our programs for our nonprofit. Okay. That was a quick little commercial. Now back to our regularly scheduled program, which is Well Kept Wednesday. Now, I decided that I wanted to start this series off on a high note. Okay. I didn't want to scare nobody away. I didn't want to bring y'all over here talking about all of these things that can kill us. We're going to get to that. Trust me, I got some things planned. But first, I wanted to talk about something that every single one of you needs to have in your medicine cabinet, needs to be like under your bathroom sink. Okay. And that is castor oil. Okay. I know it's probably blurry, but castor oil. So today I want to talk about the benefits of castor oil, all of the things that you're probably spending buku bucks for right now that you can replace with castor oil, the remedies that you can be using for yourself and for your family with castor oil. Okay. But before I get into this castor oil conversation, while I was grabbing this castor oil to bring it to show you, I also started to look around the bathroom at a couple other things that I wanted to bring to show you too. So the castor oil is one thing, and that's what we're about to talk about. But while I was up there, I also grabbed my oxygenated oil pulling solution. Okay. You can go down a rabbit hole on what oxygenated means. Basically means that there's an extra oxygen molecule that is added to this oil pulling solution. If you don't know what oil pulling is, it should definitely be a part of your oral health routine. But that's what this is. And I'm going to link both of these below. This was the brand Pure O3 that was recommended by my Chinese medical practitioner. Okay, so I'll tell you about those. But this was the other thing that I saw while I was in my bathroom. And I'm like, I might as well grab it and bring it, even though we'll probably do a deep dive on this another day. But y'all, this is about to blow your mind. Unless you follow me on Instagram, then I already talked about this. Did you know that your favorite eyelash glue more than likely contains formaldehyde? Did you know that? Now, again, let me also say, don't come in the comments asking a whole bunch of Googleable questions. The point and my purpose is to pique your interest, to get you started on doing your own research and figure out what part of what I'm sharing is relevant. Some of this stuff is going to be irrelevant for you. You might not wear lashes. You might not be a lash girly. So this might not be for you. But if it is, check out the ingredients, first of all, on the brand that you currently use. This is Duo, which is one of the most popular brands. This particular one does have formaldehyde in it. When I found this out, I went to the store and I, checked for myself. And sure enough, right there on the box. Both of the types of Duo that was sold in the Walgreens that I was at, both of those have formaldehyde. Formaldehyde is a toxic chemical that has a laundry list of negative health effects. Okay. It is certainly not something that you want in on or potentially in your eye. Okay. And if you've ever, when I posted about this on Instagram, I had women in the comments that are like, oh my gosh, I have had allergic reactions to lashes and I never knew what it was. So this could potentially be why. I know a lot of times you see the box will say like latex free, but I don't really see a box that says formaldehyde free. However, rabbit hole, I did go down a rabbit hole and do some digging and find a couple brands or a couple of, because this is the same brand Duo, but a couple of versions that don't have formaldehyde. So the Duo with the green writing doesn't have formaldehyde. And then there's another brand, I think it's Lily Brands. I will find those and link them down below so that you can check them out, and you can see which one you like best. But that was just a little side note because, again, there are literally things that we are using every single day. There are things that we are doing every single day that could be detrimental to our health, and we don't even know about it. How many women use lash glue multiple times a day, every single day, and could potentially be having adverse health effects and would never think that it was the lash glue? So you could literally be going to your doctor, rambling off this laundry list of symptoms and aches and pains and illnesses that you think that you have, but they're not going to ask you, but girl, what kind of beauty products are you using? They're not going to ask you, are you using formaldehyde lash glue that could be causing this? They're never going to ask you that. And if you are never asking yourself that because you don't even know what chemicals you are putting on your body, then that's when we end up literally putting our life and our health in the hands of medical professionals who are practicing doctors. Emphasis on practicing, meaning they practice it on you, okay? So we can't be out here putting our health in the hands of other people, which is again back to why Well Kept Wednesday and this whole Well Kept Woman movement is so important, okay? Castor oil. Now I got my notes down here, so forgive me for looking down, but I want to make sure I'm giving y'all the accurate information. So first things first, I want to share the benefits of castor oil, things that you can actually use castor oil for. And then I want to talk about castor oil packs specifically. If you are a TikTok girly, then you might have already gone down a castor oil pack TikTok rabbit hole. But if you're not, Well Kept Wednesday is here to let you in on the secret. This is the thing, y'all. This is why Well Kept Wednesday is even necessary. I don't know about y'all, but my aunties, my granny, they were not passing down recipes and wellness secrets and, kitchen pharmacy tips to me. I got to get it how I'm getting it out the mud over here. Okay. I'm a first generation millennial medicine woman. Okay. So as I'm learning, I do feel pulled. I feel like it's part of my purpose to share because millennials have gotten the short end of the stick. The elders, I don't want to say they failed us because they probably did the best that they could. But in the grand scheme of things, there's a lot of things that were forgotten about. There's a lot of things that have gone, in between the cracks that we just missed out on. And castor oil is one of those things that your granny's granny probably had in her kitchen cabinet. More than likely, your granny used castor oil on you for some reason, for something when you were a child, but they didn't explain to you what they were using it for. They didn't explain to you what they were doing. They were just kind of doing it, which is why when you know better, you do better. So again, castor oil, bam, bam. And this is, I know I mentioned that the coconut oil was oxygenated, but this castor oil is oxygenated too, which again, I don't even want to try to pretend like I fully understand what oxygenated means, but I know that it is an extra oxygen molecule. So do your own Googles. Okay. I'm going to be real honest with y'all when I don't know something. I am not about to sit up here and talk to y'all about some ish that I don't know. Okay. And if I'm reading my notes, that means I am referencing the research that I've done. Okay. So let's get into it. 10 health and wellness benefits for castor oil, or uses, I should say, for castor oil. Number one, and I would say probably one of the most popular or common uses for castor oil is a hair booster. Castor oil is known to grow your hair. Okay. And so a lot of people use it on their edges, to grow on your edges, especially for moms who have experienced postpartum hair loss. Castor oil should definitely be like in your arsenal of tools. Before you go out here and spend extra money on products with extra chemicals that do extra damage, let's just keep it simple. Okay. Part of being a well kept woman is keeping it simple. We are always going to opt for the products with clean ingredients and or the least number of ingredients as possible. So all of those hair growth and edge growth serums and creams and gels and oils and pills and things, a lot of times have added additives in them, preservatives, all of these things that you don't necessarily need. Okay. So castor oil can absolutely be used for your edges. It can also be used for your eyelashes. If your eyebrows don't grow, it can be used there too. So anywhere that you want to grow hair, try castor oil. It's also good for strengthening your hair and helping to prevent breakage. So it's not just for growing hair, but that is one of the most popular uses. Second use for castor oil is a moisturizer. So again, castor oil is literally one of those products that has so many uses that it can eliminate a lot of the other products that you are paying a lot of money for. These beauty products, they're out here like taking advantage of us at this point with the prices on some of these beauty products. And castor oil can save the day. So moisturizing dry skin, helping to lock in the moisture and also soothe irritated skin. So you can use it as a skin moisturizer. You can use it again, as I mentioned, as a hair growth booster, but also specifically as an eyelash and eyebrow enhancer. So it will help them to grow in. It'll also to help them not just appear thicker, but it will thicken them and help them to grow longer. So if you want those little newborn baby eyelashes, how do newborn babies be coming out of here with those lashes like that? I be looking at my son sleep sometimes like people are paying for those lashes. But anyway, if you want those newborn baby long lashes, castor oil could be your answer, sis. Okay. I was wondering how long the earring was going to last. It didn't last long. So, eyelash and eyebrow enhancer. Scalp treatment for dandruff. So if you deal with, again, it's a moisturizer. So if you deal with dry skin anywhere, you can put castor oil there, including on your scalp. It has antifungal properties, so that makes it a really great solution for scalp dandruff. Now, this is what your granny probably used castor oil on you for: constipation. Castor oil can be a natural laxative. Okay. I've even seen people say that, like, once a week, when they don't have nothing to do that day, hint, hint, they will drink a teaspoon of castor oil and let it naturally just clean out their insides. Okay. So it can be taken orally as a natural laxative, especially if you are dealing with any type of constipation. So it can be done regularly, just because most people don't have a regular amount of movements or bowel movements as regularly as they should. And y'all, one of these episodes is going to have to be on gut health, because that's a whole nother thing. We can be taking all of these vitamins, we can be working out, trying to eat right, doing all the things, but if our gut is not digesting anything properly, because food, supplements, juices, it's not, if it's not working properly, it's not going to digest any of those things properly. So we can be out here spending our entire paycheck on these vitamins and supplements and health products, and then our gut can't even do what it needs to do for those things to even work. So we'll go down that rabbit hole on another in another conversation. But if you're constipated, your gut is definitely not working properly. So castor oil can help with that and just help you to be regular. It can be used as a muscle rub. So it can be used to reduce inflammation and alleviate joint pain. It can be used as acne treatment. I've seen women who swear by castor oil as their nighttime skin routine. So, or as a part of their nighttime skin routine. So they will literally wash their face with their regular cleanser at night, and then cover their face in castor oil as their moisturizer, and then go to sleep. I've seen women with the before and the after of, like, the bags under their eyes clearing up. And so give it a try. The thing is, it can't hurt, right? Once you buy the bottle, you might as well try to use it for everything it's useful for. That's how I feel. Get your money's worth. So it can clear acne, a wound healing aid. So if you have minor cuts, scrapes, or burns, you can apply some castor oil on it um, to help amplify the healing effects. You can use it as a lip balm. So if your lips is dry, looking a little ashy, you can use castor oil for that, and a cuticle softener. So again, instead of using that cuticle oil that has those added chemicals, just use castor oil. Put it on your lips, put it on your face, rub it on your cuticles, rub it on your ashy knees, like top to bottom. Cuticle oil is that girl. Now, not cuticle. Did I say cuticle oil? Castor oil is that girl. Okay. Now, castor oil packs specifically. Now, obviously, I don't have one here, so I'm not about to do a tutorial, but the basic idea of it is you placing 2 to 3 tablespoons of castor oil onto a cloth, wrapping that cloth around your body. And you can actually place it in different places, but typically people are talking about placing it over your abdomen or placing it specifically over your liver. And this is called a castor oil pack. You're packing the castor oil onto your skin, and you're basically locking it in so that it's concentrated in that one area. This castor oil is literally going to seep down into your skin, because we know the skin is the largest organ on our body, right? That's why it's so important to be mindful of what we're putting on our skin. These creams, these gels, these fragrances. Okay, y'all hate when I say that, but these fragrances, all of these things are literally like going directly into our body, into our bloodstream. So you place the castor oil onto your skin, and then it's concentrated in that area. So the benefits of this, um, first of all, I'm sorry. First of all, your castor oil pack, when placed on your liver, which is what I would say is probably the most common use or the most popular way that people use castor oil packs, it literally will detox your liver. Okay, so castor oil provides detoxification, and it literally penetrates your skin deep enough to stimulate the lymphatic system. Y'all, right here, right here, you can stimulate your lymphatic system by just placing this on your skin. Okay, you can draw toxins out of your body by placing castor oil on your skin, as in a castor oil pack. Now, if you saw me look down and I started to stutter a little bit, it's because I pulled together all of this information. And one of the things that is here on my notes that I do not recommend, but that I do want to bring up because I have personal experience with it, and that is using castor oil to induce labor. I will not ever, 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 ever encourage, advise, or recommend that you use castor oil to induce labor. Now, there are trained doulas and maybe even some midwives out there who have more experience and will tell you otherwise. And it is you and your body, your choice. Okay. But as someone who attempted to induce my first labor with castor oil and literally like ended up in the hospital, I would not I wouldn't recommend you do that. But again, that's between you and the Lord. So lymphatic drainage. So anywhere where your lymph nodes are, okay, anywhere where your lymph nodes are, you can place castor oil to help drain your lymph nodes. It has again microbial properties. It's a natural sleep aid, so it can help to induce restful sleep. It can detox your liver and your gallbladder. So, a lot of the underlying issues to some of these illnesses are the amount of toxins that are in our bodies. And so, we always want to be looking for ways that we can naturally detox our body, whether you are doing a fast, a cleanse, going to the sauna, doing this castor oil pack. We always want to be looking for ways that we can rid our bodies of these toxins, because toxins are being introduced into our bodies like nonstop throughout the day, from the air to the water that we drink, the water that we take a shower in, the products that we're putting in and on our body, the clothes that we are wearing, the gases outside. I mean, literally, you name it, it is adding a toxin into our body. And so the more detoxification that we can start doing, the more healthy our bodies will be. Now, what can castor oil replace? So we talked about all of the uses. We talked about castor oil packs. A couple of things that you are probably paying a pretty penny for that you can replace one bottle of castor oil with are your eyelash and eyebrow serums, your hair growth and edge serums, face and body moisturizers, laxatives, makeup removers, cuticle oil, massage oils, and scar and stretch mark cream. So that is literally what, one, two, three, four, five, six, like 8 different things that you can take off of your personal self-care budget and just get a bottle of castor oil. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. There are a lot of different castor oils out there. Like, you can go to your local health food store. You could probably go to like Whole Foods and Sprouts and different places like that and get castor oil. You can even get it off of Amazon. I got this one off of Amazon. However, what you want to be mindful of and pay the most attention to, and this is something that I literally learned the hard way, because this was the first bottle I bought, and this is the bottle that my Chinese medical practitioner recommended. but you don't want to get castor oil in a plastic bottle. The plastic is a no-no. Again, we're going to have to do a deep dive all about plastics. That's a conversation for another day, but we want to eliminate plastic completely as much as possible. So if you can find castor oil in a glass bottle, you're doing yourself a favor. I am not here to push or promote any specific brand. I'm going to show y'all and recommend, and refer y'all to the same brand that was recommended to me. And this is the one that I've been using. But again, I am not an ambassador for them. My only recommendation is that you stay away from plastic bottles. Okay. So if you can find a brand that is not in a plastic bottle, that is ideal. Otherwise, it's literally trash. It's literally defeating the purpose. It's like taking a bath in dirty bath water. Like you're trying to clean yourself in an unclean environment. It doesn't work. It defeats the purpose. You still gonna be stank when you get out of there. So you can lather yourself with plastic bottle castor oil and you're gonna be greasy, but that's about it. You're really not gonna get the health benefits. So you want to opt for a glass bottle whenever possible. Okay. Now, as always, my disclaimer, I am not a medical professional. I do not give medical advice. This is awareness. That's all this is. I am bringing castor oil today into your awareness, to your attention. So this is for you to hopefully have your interest piqued. Take this information that I've given you and let this be the start of you empowering yourself by doing your own research. Now, if you happen to pop in on this conversation a little late, then definitely make sure you go back and hit the replay. But this is day one, the first installment of Well Kept Wednesday. I am your favorite homegirl, Coriel, here on a mission to help you live well. Now, I'm also in the process of launching our Well Kept Woman community for women just like me who want to live by this 80-20 rule. Live well 80% of the time and hope and pray that the other 20% of cutting up ain't gonna kill us. Okay. If you are interested in investing in intentional wellness and you want to do it surrounded by like-spirited, like-minded women, then the Well Kept Woman community is for you, but it ain't open yet. If you would like to join our wait list so that you can be the first to find out when we open the doors next week, then check out the link below. It's in the description box, and that is how you can get on the wait list. And I'll email you as soon as registration enrollment is open. This is a free community, okay? A free opportunity for you to learn how to live well. So get in where you fit in. Last but not least, if you feel led to visit our culture shop where you can grab this tee or one of our other super cute designs for you and the whole family, log on to thecurefortheculture.com. All of the proceeds from your purchases go into funding the programs for our nonprofit, For the Culture Foundation. I hope that you enjoyed Well Kept Wednesday, and I'll catch you next Wednesday.